Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Convention Confessional. My name is Katy Hunt, and I'm here to guide you through the good, the bad, and the ugly of the convention world. And we are deep into the holiday season now. In fact, by the time this episode airs, I will be a year older because it is the day after my 36th birthday. So happy birthday to me late, because I'll probably forget to wish it to myself on Tuesday. But that is beside the point. Today, we are here with my friend Holly. How are you, dear?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Oh, you know.
We're hanging in.
Holiday season, body in crisis mode, begging for a day off.
I'm with you. I work with children,
Oh, I feel
doing
that. I do too,
everything
but
with
I mean, my
them.
children are like 20 to something.
Oh, see, mine are a year and a half.
I'd trade. I would trade.
Are you sure?
We can deal with the 50 somethings that whine about their checks being wrong.
Oh dear.
Holly, why don't you introduce yourself for the masses?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Holly Medeiros. I also go by Oceania Cosplay, and I also do photography, and that is Purple Dolphin Photography. I have been doing conventions now for almost 18 years. God, I feel old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do photography, I cosplay, I pretty much wear different hats. I'm all over the place.
I feel that.
The social butterfly, if you will.
Right? Exactly. It's like I'm in all the groups.
It's like I'm here. You ask me where, I've probably been there.
Facts. Yes.
Yes.
So, dear, have you come with any stories for me today?
Oh, do I?
Oh, yay.
Actually, I have a couple. Or actually, I was talking with my husband earlier. We were talking about KatsuCon actually.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we haven't gone in a couple of years, but we were reminiscing about some fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of them being when we went down a couple of years back, Matt decided to dress up as Quint from Jaws, and he brought a full-on fishing pole with a toy shark, and decided that he was going to stand on the balcony of our hotel and go fish for cosplayers.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, he didn't catch any, so I guess that's a good thing.
Possibly, yes.
But it made for good video.
Just imagine people just be like, what is that guy? Oh, yeah. Although it's an anime convention, people don't really question stuff.
It's just fun because all you can see is the shark just swinging back and forth, going. We had a couple of our friends having in the hotel, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, go with it. Just smile and nod, smile and nod.
Would have been funnier had there been like a left shark cosplayer underneath trying to catch it.
See, I was hoping, but sadly, no. But I feel that would be a very good idea.
I just have them underneath, like slowly reaching up, like,
Excuse me,
gimme.
left shark, I need you. Why? Because just play along.
Right. That's what you do at conventions. You just go with it.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's just like, and he's taking that shark everywhere. It's hilarious. So it's like, it's gone on. I think it's gone on more convention adventures than I care to count. So,
I remember him being Quint at Anime Boston one year.
oh yes, he's done that. He's done AAC as Quint too. Um, that character's become pretty popular for him, and he's actually upgraded the costume. So,
See, Quintus is Tony Stark.
see, up there you go. There you go.
That's it.
That's it. That's his MO.
Yep. Everybody has one costume, and it turns into their thing, and that's his.
See, well, you know what? I actually don't know if I have one specific one because I kind of switch off. I actually just debuted a new one actually. Holo from Spice and Wolf finally.
Oh, nice.
So that was fun. We actually went to an apple orchard with it. Don't ever do it in 70-degree weather because you'll sweat your you know what off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and I get a lot of looks as to why this person with a wolf's tail was walking around an apple orchard. And it's like, it's for the photos, guys, for the photos.
Right. I didn't feel like doing anything else today. I figured, why not walk around with a big furry tail?
You say the big furry tail, furry ears. Why the heck not?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it was worth it. I left sweating afterwards, but it was worth it for all the nice photos I got.
And there it is.
So lots of apples were had, so that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of snuck some out in my my cosplay pockets. No one knew.
You
Well, because
know,
they wouldn't fit in my basket, so I was like, "Oh, I have pockets."
it's like it's bad, but at the same time, it's like, how many other people like literally sneak stuff out and don't even pay?
Exactly.
Like at least you paid for the bushel. I remember one time, not cosplay related, but one time went to an apple orchard. I was picking apples. Somebody had found a peach that had rolled over, like a couple peaches that had rolled over, so they had those and they put theirs in their basket because they were on the ground.
Exactly.
They're free
Free range.
game. I, however, went over to the cornfield and found the corn on the ground. I'm like, this is perfectly good corn that they have mowed down. This is free game.
Okay, that's a first.
Yep.
That's pretty good. That beats the apple.
Like they had completely mowed it down.
It's just like I'm taking it.
Right. They're like, this is done. I'm like, I'm not done with it. That's good stuff.
Oh goodness.
Hmm.
Oh no, there's that, and then I had a funny thought because when you brought up the other day, you were talking like, oh, what was your worst con experience? And I was like, oh wait, and I was like, this is a good story to tell.
Oh, yay.
So we had one. So we were at Anime Boston. I think it was 2014, might be 2014. Um, and we had 8 of us that were going, and we were staying at the Marriott at Copley Place.
Hmm.
Yeah, that room only fits 4 people,
Yeah.
and there was 8 of us.
Uh-huh.
Well, we all fit, not very well.
Right.
A couple of us got the beds, which was great. We had a couple of us on the floor, and one of us slept in a chair for the entire weekend.
Uh-huh.
Needless to say, they had a stiff neck and a stiff back after 3 days.
I
But
bet.
I digress. But we have learned since that only 4 people can go in there, not 8.
Right.
I mean, I was appreciative that we all could be together, but that was a little too close for my comfort.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I asked the question. I didn't even ask it on my cause on the convention page. I asked like on my regular Facebook page, my friends. I'm like, okay, what are things you just would never do again at a convention, just to see like what people would say. And the response was mostly just like, get my own room.
Like, please don't put me in a chair.
Right? I mean, God, again, I've been doing conventions probably as long, if not maybe a little bit longer than you have. And I mean, I've slept on bare floors. I've slept in bathtub. I have slept
Oh,
in a chair. I have slept under a desk.
okay.
Yeah.
Bathtub doesn't sound great.
Yeah. No, the bathtub actually, honestly, the bathtub was not the worst of things. Because here's the thing.
Really?
So, like, well, here's the thing. So, like, you get enough pillows in there because you call down to, like, room service and you're like, hey, we need, like, a couple extra pillows. And they don't say anything. They're like, okay, sure. So, you get a couple extra pillows.
There you go.
And then you, like, you get the extra towel that turns into this is the wipe the bathtub down pillow when everybody has showered for the night. So then you're not sleeping in a wet tub.
Good point.
So then you've got the extra blanket already in the closet. / people are, like, hot at convention. So they'll give you, like, their comforter and stuff because they're like, no, we only need the sheet or whatever. Cool. So what ends up happening is, you wipe the tub down after everyone's taken their shower for the night, or like they all shower in the morning. So by the time you get back up there, shower's dry, right?
Yeah.
Now, those people that buy those like super expensive beds that are like the Tempur-Pedic beds that like, tip up or whatever.
Exactly.
It's like sleeping in one of those. You fold up the comforter, you put it into the bed, you put a couple pillows in there with yourself, and you've got your little blanket. And honestly, not the worst place I've slept.
This is good tips. Not that I want to do that.
Right, no, because we're too old for that shit. We are far too old for that shit. But what I'm saying,
we're too old for it. But if it ever came down to it,
right? If you were desperate enough, right?
This is good to know. This is good to know.
But like I said, oh my god, like honestly, not as good as a bed still, but comfortable because you're kind of propped up a little bit. You got enough pillows and comforter around you. Not bad.
Okay.
Not the worst place I've slept.
This is good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tempur-Pedic. Okay.
But hotel floors are not comfortable.
No, I did that once and I was like, nope. And then like because of like God knows what was on the floor, like dirt and allergens, I'm like waking up the next morning, snot in my nose. I'm like, oh, this is lovely.
Like, this is where the con plague lives. I get it.
Like it's on the floor. Okay.
This whole time.
The whole time. Now we solved the cure. Everybody just don't sleep on the floor.
Right. I think I literally had a pillow and like the thinnest blanket in the world. Like there was nothing underneath me but the rug.
Oh. I woke up, I think I had a bruise on my leg. I was like, "Oh god, where did that come from?" Like, probably the floor.
Mhm.
God knows, who knows? I never ask questions of where I got stuff on a con weekend.
Right.
They go like, "Oh, that was from something at the con." Who knows what it was? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
It's fine.
It's
Everything's fine.
fine. I've broken a toe at the con, it's fine. You just
Yeah.
tape it up and you hobble around for the rest of the weekend. Wear thick socks. That works.
Oh, there we go. What is the worst injury you have acquired at a convention? Let's hear about it.
Oh, let's see. I've had the broken toe. I haven't really, to be honest with you, I actually not really broken any bones per se.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have busted my toe, so that's the worst one. But wearing, I want to say they're like 4 or 5 inch heels,
Mm-hmm.
a boot. No, no.
Right.
As you must. I put a thick sock on. I taped it. I was like, oh, this will cushion it. 5 minutes in, I'm like, nope, this is not happening at all. And I'm like, so I had to like switch shoes, and I'm like, nope, I know it doesn't go with the cosplay, but I would rather like not die in agony
Mm,
than be in agony. So,
right. I mean,
but I'm lucky
again,
I haven't broken any bones. I've gotten my fair share of bruises from, bumping into tables and, or supposedly I apparently kicked it one night and I got a bruise in the side of my leg, and they're like, "Oh, I think we saw you kicking in the air," and I'm like, "News to me. I'm sound asleep. How the heck do I know?"
right.
But I was like, "Okay." But yeah, no, I think the big one was the toe. So I'm not knock on. Let me find wood here. Knock on wood. I haven't broken any major bones, so
Sure.
that's a good thing.
Right.
So thank God for that.
Oh, let's see. I know what
Oh,
mine is, but it wasn't really like an injury per. Well, actually, there's two. I have two. Again, not so much an injury per se. Um, we'll go with the most recent, 2019 Anime Boston.
okay.
And, Cotton Weekend, you see
Yep.
people, before the end times. And
True.
before the end times. And, we have our staff party, went to the staff party. Um, woke up the next morning, fine. Like, I'm not a huge drinker to begin with. It's just not my thing. I drink
Right.
like casually, whatever. Felt fine, but when I got up, I had kind of like a zit on my head. And
Uh-oh.
it's a long weekend. You wear a lot of makeup, do a lot of different costumes. Like, you don't get a lot of sleep, stress, all those things that they say do your skin in, whatever, right?
Right.
Don't think about it. Go about my life. Like, life back, not in a convention world, sad. So, like, about a day and a half later, I'm working, um, sweating, and I move my hand across my forehead, and you feel like a zit pop. And I'm
Which is
like, ew, okay, gross, good life, thanks, whatever. Don't think anything of it.
right.
The next morning, I wake up, because I got home and it was a little bit red, so I go and I wash it really good, call it a day, whatever. Wake up the next morning, and I have a crack in my forehead, Holly.
Oh my God.
A crack. I'm like,
Like somebody
what?
hammer crack.
Yeah, like literally like Doctor Who crack in the wall, like in my forehead.
Oh my God.
I know. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And it wasn't horribly disgusting, but it wasn't like healthy by any means.
It's like, nope, this is not normal.
Right. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'll wash it off really good. I put some Neosporin on it. We stuck a Band-Aid on it. We call it a day. By the next morning, my eyebrow was so swollen up, I had to go to a doctor. Now I go to a doctor and she looks at it, and at the time she's like more upset about my blood pressure, which I'm literally like, okay, lady, listen. I'm like, I'll have the heart attack, but just tell me what's going on with my face, right?
This is more important at
Like,
the moment.
there is a gaping hole in my head. Let's talk about it.
Let's discuss.
Doesn't tell me anything. Right, doesn't tell me anything. Hands me like a prescription for like whatever cream she handed me one for, and she goes, if it gets worse, you might want to go to the emergency room. I'm like, if it gets worse, Holly, it got worse.
Oh God.
Woke up the next morning, my entire like left side of my face swollen.
Oh.
Go to the emergency room. Guess what? Some
Infection?
people have colds. And they
Right.
have a runny nose and a cough and like all that deliciousness like, a normal cold has. Some
Exactly.
people get colds that turn into cysts
Oh.
under your skin. that could appear anywhere, and mine decided to appear on my face.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
So, yep. So, long story short, had to go to a dermatologist. They had to, it's gross, sorry guys, remove the cyst pocket out of my head.
Oh my god.
And I permanently have a scar on my face from now on about it, but like before, like it all healed up and everything. It's really not that bad because when I wear makeup on it now for like conventions and stuff, no one would
Right.
ever know. Like you wouldn't see it. But like
Oh,
for a good, I'm gonna say 5 months, I had about a 1/4 inch hole in my face.
oh my god.
Right?
Like,
Like, so I mean, that's a new type of con plague right there, is what that
yep,
is.
yep, that is. Wow.
Like I said, not so much an injury, but just kind of like a, are you kidding me? And I mean, it had to have been because, like, again, like that was just one of those years. I know people were like, oh yeah, I got like the crud, whatever, and I felt fine. My crud just turned into Vesuvius on my head.
On your head.
On my
Of
head.
all
Yes.
places, just right there on the forehead. It's
Right
like,
there it
here,
is. Yep, right there it is. So funny. Next time I see you, I'll just be like, see, you can see the little scar, but if I'm not wearing makeup, it's like, oh yeah, but no one really sees it. I just see it because it's on my face forever. So,
oh my
wasn't born with that.
dear goodness.
And then
Wow.
the other one, again, not so much an injury, more of like a stupid, like, it probably could have been bad if I hadn't taken care of it kind of thing.
Here.
So what year was it? Possibly 2008 at AAC?
Okay.
Bash the Stampede year. Pretty sure that was
Oh,
2008.
yep.
So I made a Bash the Stampede costume. And it had the really nice red coat, and I made the leather arm piece.
Right.
Put it on, got it all strapped on and everything, wore it the entire day. No big deal.
Good to go.
That night, I go to dinner. And I take it off because I'm like, oh, I've worn this for like 12 hours. I'm out. I don't want to wear it anymore. And I'm
That's
sitting
it.
there having dinner, and I'm looking at my right hand. It looks like a perfectly normal hand. And I look at my left hand. That is 2 sizes bigger than my right hand.
Oh god.
I'd cut the circulation off in my arm for 12
Oh.
hours.
Oh my god.
So, so
Katie.
it was swollen. Um,
Dear
and
Lord.
it was so bad. And I'm sitting there eating my mac and cheese. And they've got like the convention medic there. They've got like Operation Ham in there. Like they're talking about like, do we call an ambulance? And I'm like, guys, it doesn't hurt. It's just swollen.
Like, just it's fine.
Like I can move my wrist, I can move my fingers. Like I think it's fine once like the pressure goes back through my arm. It should be fine, and it was. Like I woke up the next morning, perfectly normal hand again.
There you go.
But I mean, if I had left it on longer, who knows?
Oh my god.
Which is why you should always test run your costumes before you get to the convention to make sure they fit.
This is good advice.
That's my life lesson for all you cosplayers out there.
Actually, so besides the hotel room, it wasn't actually in a hotel, but this was another bad-ish con experience. It was our first year I went to Katsu.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard about Fire Alarm, with the Fire Nation.
Oh yes, I've heard bits and pieces of this. Yes.
Oh yes, so I got to be a part of this. This was so fun. So we were in the con and everything, minding our own business, and the fire alarm goes off, and nobody was really moving, and we're like, okay, maybe it's just whatever. Then the staffs come around like, no, you need to get out, and we're like, mind you, it is February,
Right.
and it is about that day. It was about I don't know, 30 degrees, but with the wind chill and the wind going on, it was about 20 degrees.
If you're lucky, yeah.
If you're lucky. And I am wearing Sailor Jupiter. So, short sleeve, skirt, and very thin tights. Not a fun time.
No.
So, we had to go outside. As soon as we walked outside, because we're right by the water, wind picks up.
Oh boy.
And I'm holding my skirt. I'm just like literally instant cold. People are trying to huddle. People are sending people to the other hotel rooms. And we're like, okay. Luckily, our hotel was down the way. So we just pulled out of the parking lot and our parking pass was fine because it's good for the whole day. We went to the hotel, we waited,
Mhm.
but it was just like unbelievable. Like you literally, I thought I had a shortcut. There's another girl who literally had like 2 pieces of fabric on. That was it. And I'm like, this poor girl. And then to make matters worse, my husband was with us and somehow he did something to his back and was literally out of commission for the rest of the day
Oh,
because he
no.
like stretched and everything and like he still can't quite figure out, but he had to stay behind. We came back, we were frigid. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then literally that was the running joke for the rest of the weekend. And then literally there was an avatar group there that was the Fire Nation. They had made a sign the next day that said, sorry, the Fire Nation attacked. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. Go away. I
Oh, thank you.
froze because of you guys.
Yeah, right? You little pyros, get out of here.
Oh, get out of here. Just go. And it literally, there was a small, I guess there was a legitimate fire and it was a small one, but it was just like worst 2 hours of my life because I'm like, I literally came back and I'm like, nope, we're taking the cosplay off. We're putting warm clothes on. If we go back, we're not putting the costume back on. Absolutely not. Too cold.
Yeah, right.
Because
Nope,
I'm like, if
not
this
today,
happens
Satan.
again,
No.
I'm not going outside. It was just, oh,
Oh.
unbelievable. Of course, it threw everybody off. So, like, I had photo shoots I was doing, had
Mhm.
to cancel 2 of them because, and everybody was just like, everybody was like not in the right mind frame afterwards. It's just like you're trying to get back into everything. Chaos has ensued.
Mhm.
And it was just like, okay. So, needless to say, it was a very peculiar Saturday, but definitely a first for me.
Mhm.
So, it was just, oh. So, now every year I go there, it's just like, please don't let the Fire Nation attack.
But also, I'm only
Please.
wearing fur coat costumes the entire weekend.
Literally, I'm like every warm cosplays, maybe, but the problem is where they are, the temperature fluctuates. So like one year it's like 30 degrees, but then the next year it's like 55, and it's like go figure.
Right.
It's just like you can't have a happy medium. It's just like, oh, here we're gonna freeze and it's gonna snow this year. Next year it's gonna be 60 degrees and beautiful and sunny, and it's like, oh, thanks. It's like,
It's funny. It's
oh,
like a lot of the conventions that I went to were either fall based or like early spring, or you might be on the cuspice of like almost summer if you like, like if you really pushed it.
right.
Like Anime Boston was always like a crapshoot. It's either going to be like the middle of spring, so it's windy enough it's still cold outside, or you're like on the cuspice of it being like a 75-degree day. Like there's just no in between.
Which it will be this year because it's in Memorial Day weekend this coming year.
Right, right. So like I remember a few years ago, I had made a Percy costume and the whole inside of it is bear fur.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
And it was freezing outside, and it was funny because like the only part of me that was cold was I had rolled the sleeves up to the white shirt that I wear underneath it because the jacket's a short sleeve jacket. So
Right.
the only part of me that was actually cold was kind of like my forearm, and that was it because the rest of me was covered in like this heavy, like that jacket weighs a
That was a
solid
pretty heavy
10 pounds.
jacket. Because it was that the year I photographed your Percy?
No, that's the different Percy jacket. This
Oh,
is
not that Percy
Yeah, this is
jacket.
2.0. This is the second version. This one
Oh,
has
2.0. Okay.
Yeah, this one's the bear fur lining, which again,
Got
could I wear that in the middle of the summer? Absolutely not.
Oh, heck no.
It has to be like 0 below.
Yep.
Oh, I
Same
wish
with
I'd had it when
yours.
we were at
Can't
Rhode
be
Island,
normal in
though.
the summer. I'll die.
We were at Rhode Island Comic Con the last time we went, many moons ago. And I mean, the jacket that I had was my old Percy jacket, and it kept me plenty warm. But we were literally stuck 10 blocks away from the convention center in line to get in
Oh,
in November.
yep. Not fun.
No. And I
I,
felt bad
I
because
did
everyone
that
else was
line once. Oh,
right. And
oh.
the same thing is like we left our stuff in the car kind of because it's like, well, I mean, we're not going to drag around the convention center all day and have to go through a million bag checks or anything. But I felt so bad because some of my friends were like, oh my God, it's freezing. So they all passed around my jacket because I had so many layers on. I was
Just
like,
like
man, go
here.
nuts.
Like, oh, you're cold now? Here you go. Okay,
Right.
you're cold
There
now?
you go.
Here you go.
Right. You have no sleeves. Here you go.
It's okay. Come here. Come close.
Come to me.
Come to me.
So you've been doing conventions for 18 years. What was your first convention?
Anime Boston 2004.
Same.
So that takes me. I actually was. It was funny. I was clearing out. my other bedroom, and I actually came upon the photo album with photos from that year.
Oh boy.
And yeah, full the cosplay I did for that. Oh God, I thank God I've come further leaps and bounds, but dear God, that was a nightmare. The wig I had, I don't know what I was thinking.
What you
Like,
were thinking? I painted mine.
uh, what did you do for 2004?
I was Hatsuharu Soma.
I was Aika from Tenchi Muyo.
Okay. I acrylic painted the back of my wig.
Okay, that's yeah. I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
I mine's way too short.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to do like the back of it because she's got short hair and then she's got these two massive long pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And I did bad. Bad.
Well, yeah, because like back in the day, they didn't make the two-tone wigs, and
Nope.
like you couldn't order anything online because how we were like in high school, who had a credit card, like back in the day,
Exactly.
and like
Art
they didn't
wasn't a
make the
huge
two-tone
thing.
wigs anyways. So it's like I went to iParty and bought a George Washington wig.
There you go.
I cut it down in the back to get rid of the ponytail and proceeded to black acrylic paint the back of the wig.
Okay, that's dedication.
And people thought it was good.
Hey.
I don't know if they were just being nice or if they really honestly thought it was good. I don't know.
I mean, I haven't seen that one of yours, but we all have our beginning cosplay horror stories, and it's just I looked at that picture and I was like, and I'm wearing these god awful sandals that don't look anything related to the character, and I'm like, what the heck was I doing? Like, this doesn't go with it.
I thought I was so cool.
I'm like, I thought I looked great. And I got like this because she supposed to have like a whip thingy, and I had this whip, and they had to zip tie it, of course, because it's a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I got this whip, and I'm like, okay. And then you got the lady we were doing the masquerade, and I'm trying to like figure out, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm like, so I'm waving my whip around. And then the lady who's hosting the thing, Lauren Goodnight, she's like, oh, she really knew what she was doing with that. And I'm like, oh dear God. I'm like, really?
My shame all over the internet.
I'm like, thank you, wonderful voice actor person.
It's actually funny. The picture on the front of my book is actually my first cosplay.
Oh.
So it's like there's the picture of me as Tony, obviously, but then like the picture that's off to the side is Hatsuharu. That was my first convention.
Oh, cute.
I'm not even wearing a binder.
I mean, it's like how far we've come, because like back then, like art wasn't a huge thing.
No.
All these foam with EVA foam was like, what the heck was that?
Right?
You look at it, it's like, oh God. And now you look at it, it's like, oh, I could fix that in 2 seconds. I can do X, Y, and Z. I can go to this website.
Right.
And it's like, why have the times have changed? And it's just, oh.
I also have the adult money.
The adult money?
Yeah, because when you're like first starting out conventions and stuff, like when you're a teenager, it's like, all right, I got like $20 and a dream. And now it's psh, I just spent $700 on this. I don't care. I got adult money.
I think I was a freshman. Yeah, because I was a freshman in college when I started. So yeah, because I found it through actually through Lindsay. Actually, Lindsay.
Yeah.
We went to college together.
Mm-hmm.
So we had an anime club, and I went through the anime club.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to say that Lindsay introduced me into the world of anime and excitement conness. So
yeah, my friend, I mean, like I always loved anime when I was younger. My friend Emily was the one that was like, hey, there's conventions for this shit. And I was like, what?
Like, this is a thing.
This is a thing? And no one told me? What the hell?
Like, there's things I can go buy and lose all my money in?
Right? Left me in a city? All right.
Like, okay, just you put me in a con. Oh, look, there's voice actors I can say hello to. Like, what? What is this?
Right? Been held from
the
world.
And I laugh because I look at the voice actors they had that year. I went that had like Crispin Freeman, so I was like Alucard, Monica Rial, and I'm like, a couple of them I've seen here and then. And the other one was, I'm like, have they done anything since then? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if Crispin Freeman has or Lex Lane. I have no idea. Lauren Goodnight, I don't even know if she's still around.
Are you alive?
I'm like, I would just like to assume so.
I mean, yes.
I mean, I just don't know if she's doing any more voice acting, but I was like, okay. It's just, And of course, in my awful purple wig too. And I was like, oh God, why did I leave the wig on for photos with them? Why? It
Again,
wasn't even a good wig.
again, the shame all over the internet.
Oh, I look at it and I'm like, oh, like, no, put it away, put it away. And of course, they save all the memories are all in the Anime Boston for so the 2004 ones are up there. And I'm like, oh, like, put it away, put it away.
You know, that's not even like, honestly, like Hatsuharu with that wig and everything, sure, but like not my most cringeworthy costume. I've got to say, I have worse.
No, you can't have.
Remember, oh god, do you remember the manga sensual phrase?
I have not. I've never heard of that one.
Or well, okay, so there was a manga. It was like 18 volumes. It's very good. First of all, it's based. They actually made a J-rock group based on the manga that turned into an anime that did not ever air in the U.S. called Lucifer.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, Lucifer was a really popular J-pop rock group for a while.
Okay.
But there was an anime called Kaiken Phrase that was based off of Sensual Phrase, which was raunchy as hell, also. I'd like to point out. Like, that manga was very naughty.
Well, I mean, you know.
Well, I feel like the main characters, all they did was screw. Like, basically. That was it. Every other, like, thing, it was just like, oh, they're screwing. Okay. And, Anime Boston 2005, my friend's group was like, hey, let's dress up as the group from the manga. And I was just like, okay, I think we're the only 5 people in the universe that know this exists, but sure, let's do it because, again, costumes.
Yay!
And I dressed up as Sakuya.
Oh.
I had no business. I had no business dressing up as a J-rocker. None. No business.
Well.
The black leather, the buckled boots, the oversized jacket, like
Oh my.
the armbands that, now that I look back at it, could have very well been mistaken for other types of armbands, but they, like, it's just, oh god.
I mean,
Yeah. Not like I said, not like there was anything like on them that was like propaganda related. It literally just said the band's name on them. But like looking at it quick in a picture is like, ooh, questionable.
you're like, is that? And I'm like,
right. Katie, are you okay? You're like, no, no, I'm not. But okay, but even the worst part. So obviously, Anime Boston, you remember when they had the bootleg people there, and they had Henry.
Oh yes,
everybody remembers Henry.
Oh, who doesn't?
So okay, get ready because here it is, the crowning moment. Went up to him in the dealer's room.
Oh no!
As the group with the armband, and asked him to take a picture with us.
And what did we say?
Oh, he did it.
Oh, he did it.
Oh, yeah, he did it.
Okay.
But it's just like, again, and looking back on it, it's just like, oh my god, he hated us.
Like, he probably just looked at you and went.
But
why?
also possibly the only other person at the convention that knew who the hell we were supposed to be.
I mean, at least somebody knew.
Right.
If I can at least get one person who knows who I am, I'll feel better.
Right. It's just like, listen, the really hot guy selling merch at the J-pop booth knows who I am.
It's like, it's enough validation for me. I'm good.
Right? I can die now. Thank you.
I'm like, okay, and now we will never speak of this costume again.
Right, until it shows up in my memories and it's like, oh god.
It's like, why?
It did. It totally showed up a little while ago and I was like, oh god, burn it in a fire.
It's like, see that dumpster right there.
Right, yep. There it is.
There it is. I feel like I've gotten better now. I mean, I'm not one of those, I can't sew to save my life. But like, I've had friends make them for me, but I've also managed to like do it with like just piecing together like items I've had.
Mm-hmm.
So, like my Roxanne cosplay is like the easiest thing in the world. It's jean shorts and a green shirt.
The best costumes.
Best costumes. I was like, it's great. But try finding the right green shirt. I did find it, but like I had to go to 4 stores before I found it. Because I was like, I need this color. Well, we have this. No, I need this color green.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, no, we don't have that. I was like, okay. And then I finally found a store that actually had it. And I was like, oh, thank God. But I was just like, okay, I figured this was not going to be this hard. No. It gave me every other shade of green but the green I wanted. And I'm like, okay. I've only done one online. I've done AliExpress for one costume,
Uh-huh.
and it was okay because it's my Sailor Jupiter one, but the coloring's a little off. So it's a green, but it's a interesting green. Because I did have someone question me on it, and I'm like, no, it's supposed to be her. It's just it's a little lighter green.
I think it looks really good though, honestly. Like I wouldn't even think about it if you hadn't said anything.
I'm quite proud of it myself because I finally got to do a sailor set, and I was like, there is no way I can make this on my own. And I was like, okay, I just because I had to wear the shorter skirt. My God, I was checking my backside every 5 minutes. I had stuff underneath it, but I'm like, something's gonna happen. I'm waiting for it. What if I drop something? I had to have my friend pick. I'm like, I can't bend over, and they're like, "Well," I said, "Hello, skirt, a little short. Unless you would like me to give a show to the entire Anime Boston community,
Right.
no."
I'll bend over, but I gotta put a tip jar down first. Like
Exactly. Like, here, get your ones out and just start flinging them.
basically.
Basically do that. So it's like, I mean, yeah, and of course I have like the giant heels on.
Hmm.
So I'm like, that makes it 10 times worse. So I'm like, oh. So, but I still love her. It's just, oh, goodness.
Oh yeah.
It's dedication to be a Sailor Scout, let me tell you.
Yeah, one that I cannot commit to.
Oh, that's why I stick to the villains now for Sailor Moon.
Hmm.
Much easier.
I know
They wear a dress that, goes past my knees.
I've always said that I wanted to do Sapphire really bad.
Please do, because I do Emerald. Please.
Yeah.
I would be so excited if you did.
It's on the long list of things that haven't accomplished, but I want to accomplish at some point.
Because I have a friend who does Prince Diamond, so we totally could all get together and just be villainous together.
Sweet.
I do her regular version, and then I actually do a punk version of her.
Hmm.
Let me tell you, first time wearing a nose ring, yeah, yep, I have a high respect for people who wear nose rings. Mhm. Because I had to be careful, like, if I sneezed or if I had to blow my nose or if I had an itch because it would have fallen off.
Uh-huh.
High respect for everybody who has nose rings. God bless you people. I can't do it. I'd be afraid it would go up my nose or fall out. That would be the end of that. But
Do
no,
you have
oh no, go ahead.
so do you have a list for Anime Boston coming up this year?
Well, I guess I could tell you actually.
Yeah.
I'm on staff this year.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I am event photography staff.
Hey, welcome aboard.
Yeah, they just emailed me the other day. I applied on because I love Anime Boston dearly, but I wasn't going to pay the $95 to go.
Right.
So I was like, let's see if they need staff.
Always.
So I looked at there, and Rodney would post up he was looking for photographers. And I went, I know a person. Me.
I like taking the pictures.
Hi. And I'm like, here is my portfolio on Facebook and Instagram. Enjoy.
Right.
And they got back to me really quick and they said, oh, congratulations, you're on staff. And I'm like, well, that was quick. So, yep.
Which is funny because
I will be
meanwhile,
on staff. So
my staff is literally just like, I turned in my application. I don't know what happened. It didn't go through. So then all of a sudden I've got Lindsay screaming at me going, are you applying? And I'm like, I already did. She's like, do it again. I'm like, no, I don't want to. Just accept me.
you know who I am. Just
you know who I am. And then I applied 20 seconds later, like, congrats. I'm like, yeah, see,
I would say, you know who I was. This wasn't hard. You can just
yes. I don't want to apply. It's hard.
Yeah, this would actually be my friend. I've never done Anime Boston staff. I've done AAC staff, but I've never done Anime Boston. So, and actually, it'll be a milestone year for me for Anime Boston. This will be my 15th year going this year.
Oh, neato.
So I was like, I feel like such an old person now.
Oh.
I looked at it, I'm like, has it really been 15 years? And I'm like, oh God.
I was excited because I found out that even though we missed a couple years because of pandemic, they still, because I got accepted for staff the years, just to be sure we were going to have staff in case the convention did happen.
Yeah.
They count it towards my years served. So this year is actually my 5th year at Anime Boston on staff.
Yay!
What? That Okay.
Like,
How exciting.
fun. Well, now we'll be staff buddies together.
Ah,
I'm very excited.
you should be. It's wicked fun. Anime Boston's a good convention to work for.
I know. I'm ready to take all the photos. Just give me your photo and I'll go.
Right.
I am gonna try and bring, well, obviously I can't bring Holo because I was like, I'll bring Holo, and then I looked at what time the con is at, and I'm like, nope, that's Memorial Day weekend. Never mind. Like, too hot. So I might bring like the simple cosplays. So like Roxanne might come out. I haven't brought Rainbow Dash out in a while. I think Rainbow Dash needs an appearance.
Hmm.
Um, I have a couple. I also haven't brought out my Punk Emerald. I might go with those, but this call could be subject to change.
As of right now, the only thing that I have committed to is my Sith Lord Tony Stark.
Oh,
Are you
yes,
gonna
I
hear
gotta.
about that?
No, I'm like you've been. Yeah, you have my attention. You can't see
I'm
me,
here and
but
I'm
I'm just
listening.
here with my head going. I have your attention.
So yeah, so I mean, my friends group, they went to Dragon Con one year and they did like Avengers characters as Jedi.
Oh,
And I was just like, okay, well, the thing is like, yeah, Tony's a good guy, but he
hmm,
has dark side tendencies.
correct.
So I'm like, I just see the dude as a Sith. Like he would be good in the end. Like he'd redeem himself, just like,
Yeah.
Kylo and Anakin, obviously.
Yep.
But my boy's gonna be a little bit of a Sith Lord. So I've made Jedi outfit that's all black. The trimming on it's like a very, very deep red and gold trimming on it.
Okay.
And then I didn't make him the traditional like Sith Lord Jedi cloak. It kind of looks kind of first ordery. The way
Okay.
I've cut it out, it's basically like a jacket without sleeves on it. The whole
Ooh.
inside is a really dark red. And
Ooh.
then it's black on black, so the little insignias at the bottom of it are the arc reactor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
We may have to
So
photograph.
I'm excited about it. I haven't finished them yet, like, because I just who's had time, but
Exactly.
but yeah, that's the only costume that I've committed to bringing to Anime Boston next year. So
Katie,
I'm
we
sure
may
there'll be
have
like one or two more. But as
we
of right now, that's the only one that I can confidently say is coming.
we might have to photograph this.
Yes,
This might have to happen.
yes, it's your duty as a staff member
I'm
now.
just saying. I mean, I can make this happen. Well, speaking of Marvel, I have part of it. I have a Loki cosplay to put together.
Nice.
Yes. Yep, I know. I went with the villain. I know. Shame on me.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. It's funny because like I've done Tony. Oh Lord, we're gonna count it. At least 15, 16 years now I've cosplayed as Tony Stark, like in
Yes,
some
you've done that
capacity or
for a
another.
while.
I know. But I was actually looking at like Bucky Barnes outfits the other day
Ooh.
because I'm like, I can't be Tony all the time. As much, I mean, I can't be, but like, I want to do somebody else just to like switch it up a little bit in the Marvel universe. So I mean, there might be a Winter Soldier costume. Who knows?
Oh, that'd be great.
I haven't decided
Yeah.
yet. I haven't
I
committed.
just I love me a good. I mean, it's Tom Hiddleston. I mean, the man's beautiful. Come on,
Right.
come on. So I have the
Uh
dress.
huh.
And I have the wig.
Uh huh.
I just need other accoutrements and his horns, and then I'll be good.
Those are all over the Etsy right now, though.
Well, they're everywhere.
Like those are the easiest thing to get, I think.
I'm like, but I'm like, do I want the tall ones? Do I want shorter ones?
Do I carry an
Like,
alligator?
that was my other question. I'm like, do I want to carry the alligator? Like, do I need a Miss Minutes?
Like,
Let
do I
me
just need
think.
like the whole cast? Okay.
I'm like, can we find everybody? I'm like, come on. Because I mean, I watched it. I'm excited for season 2. I'm like, let's go. I'm like, I'm ready. Like, when is this happening? Like, come on
Right. Like I need it like yesterday. Thank you.
now. And I'm like trying to like catch up with all the other Marvels. I'm like, I started the What Ifs on Disney Plus. I haven't finished yet,
Oh, they're
but
so good.
oh, I mean, Peggy
Mm-hmm.
as Captain. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Do you see Spider-Man yet?
nope,
Well,
nope.
no comment.
I know. All I've been told is it's amazing and I need to go. Unfortunately, my dear husband's not into Marvel, so I have to go with someone who will go with me.
What?
Or I have to wait till it goes on Disney Plus.
Are you kidding me? Matt's not into like Spider-Man?
I mean, he knows of them.
Oh,
But he's not a big Marvel boy. So I'll put it to you this way: he came with all of our friends to go see Endgame,
uh-huh.
and he slept through it.
Ooh. Don't tell me that.
I'm sorry.
No. Matt.
Yeah, he tried to watch it. I mean, he watched a little bit of Loki. He didn't mind that one, but he couldn't get into it. And I mean, it's not for everybody.
I'm bamboozled.
I've shocked you, haven't I? You weren't expecting that.
I mean,
No?
I don't expect everybody to be into everything, but I feel like this is one of those things where it's just like, I mean, you gotta like one or two of them, right? Like, you have to like all of them, but like somebody?
I mean, he didn't mind the Loki series, and what was the one he actually didn't mind? There was one other one he didn't mind, but I think he's more like the Batman guy, so he goes to the DC side.
The
I
DC
know,
anime.
I know.
DC hasn't put out a good movie in years. I said it.
I mean, to be fair, I shouldn't look at the fact that I have a Batman Christmas ornament on my tree, but one of my kids gave that to me, so I can't fault.
Well, here's the thing. I like Batman and I like Superman.
I do too.
But the people that are so blind that think that the Justice League is better than the Avengers are laughable.
Yes.
And I said
yes.
it. It's controversial, and I said it.
Fight me.
Literally fight me. Like that. I'm like that dude sitting at the table.
I'll fight you.
I'm literally sitting at the table like that dude in the meme that just says like the Avengers could kick the Justice League's ass any day. Prove me wrong.
It's like, prove me wrong right now.
I'm just sitting there with my tea going, you can't.
Well, I'm hoping to be going to Disneyland in April, and I'm like so psyched to go to Avengers Campus. My husband's like, I'll be somewhere else. I'm like, okay, just you'll leave me, and I'm going to spend thousands of dollars on Avengers Campus. Good luck.
Good luck. The credit card's going to bounce. Bye.
Like, bye. I'm going to go say hi to Loki and take him home. Bye.
Oh, I want to go to Avengers Campus so bad.
How do I explain? I'm like, why is this gentleman with horns on the plane? He's my carry-on.
Right? I paid for his seat. Thank you.
He's
I already know. If I like went to Avengers Campus, I'll probably end up just like sitting there and sobbing because
I literally don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, because like you walk in, I'm just gonna tell you, you walk into it, and in the ground is a huge arc reactor that powers the entire campus.
It just looks so
it's
good.
Just like, oh, so Tony's okay, and I just lay down and cry there.
I just feel like here, just take a picture of me in front of it
right.
on the ground,
sobbing.
I'm like, this is fine.
This is fine. Totally this is fine. This is totally healthy. It's fine.
You're like, man, the park's closing. I know.
No,
nope. Just leave me here. Just throw a blanket on me. It's fine.
Just 5 more minutes. I just need my time to mourn, please. Thank you.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Bring me one of those oversized chicken sandwiches and just leave me alone.
Exactly. Perfect. Do that. Get you some treats.
Yep.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm fine. Holly, it has been lovely talking to you.
It has been a pleasure. We could go on all day here.
We could be here for the rest of our lives, but is there anything you'd like to promote while you're here, dear?
Good question. I am going to be opening photo shoot bookings for the winter here soon. I'm just catching up on all the Fan Expo photo shoots I had to do.
Right.
Quite a few. I had like at least 7 of them.
Oh, nice.
We did a very unique perspective for photo shoots this year for Fan Expo. We actually borrowed one of my husband's trolleys from work and took all the cosplayers on it.
Nice.
But I believe that probably after the holidays here, I'm probably going to open up winter photo shoot. So if everyone goes to Purple Dolphin Photography on Facebook and would like to leave me a message, I am more than happy to take bookings. So
she takes very beautiful photos. I can attest to it.
Thank you. And I mean, if there's any photos you need coming soon, hint, hint.
You just want my Sith Lord Tony. I know what this is.
I mean, I'm not saying it in so many words, but perhaps we can make this work.
I feel so used.
But your costumes are so good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The
Well,
only thing I'm hooking over here is my book. Please buy my book, especially
I
because
know
it's
I
my
need to
birthday
buy
week
the
and
book.
Christmas is coming.
Yes, I keep telling my husband, I'm like, we need to get it, but of course, you gotta pay, pay the bills. Unfortunately,
Oh, I get
adult.
it.
And I'm like, you know what? It's happening because I'm like, I keep going. And I'm like, I'm gonna get the book. I'm gonna get the book, and then stuff happens, and I'm like, I'll get the book eventually. It's coming.
Well, at this point, it's like I'll probably have a bunch of them at Anime Boston. So if it doesn't happen now, it'll happen at some point.
So save me a copy.
Right. Exactly. Signing it.
Sign it. I'm gonna frame it. It'll be worth millions later on in life.
Oh Lord, probably not.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, good lord. And then also, we're almost at the end of the year, and I know 400 downloads sounds like a lot, but we're almost at our 3,000 goal for the year.
Woohoo!
And I've made a commitment that if we hit 3,000 downloads, be it on YouTube and Podbean, I'm counting everything here. I'm paying for somebody's convention badge
Woot!
to whatever convention they want, up to a $200 value.
Sweet.
So it's like, you name it, and I pay for your badge. You want the VIP badge and it's $200? It's yours. On me.
Okay, well, let me pick my con.
Right. So yeah, one of my lucky listeners is eligible. All we have to do is hit 3,000 downloads before New Year's Day. So keep
Go,
listening.
go download the podcast.
Tell everybody to listen to it. Tell your moms, tell your wives, tell your friends, tell your
Tell your
husband, like whoever.
Tell everybody. Tell that random tree on the side of the road.
Yeah,
Doesn't
right.
matter.
They got an account. You just let them download.
I will make sure to share mine. But
Beautiful.
yes, go download it.
Just download everything. We'll talk
Do
to you
it.
later, guys. Have a good night, Holly. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.